live for the first time, because we've tried this before. It didn't work, so let's call a meeting to order, and is our first thing of business the election of officers?
Probably approved the minutes from the last year's time, isn't it?
Well, not according to the agenda, because I guess somebody has to call for the,
I'll just read this here.
so, Arnold and I talked on the way up here, and he asked me if I was willing to go ahead and be chairman again this year, and I guess that I would be. So, but we'd have to take motions and vote and all of that.
I make a motion that Mike Sisley be chairman and Arnold Braun be vice chairman.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No, there is none. All in favor?
Well, I think it worked reasonably well last year, and it wasn't too painful, so I'll agree.
All right, then all in favor say aye.
Uh-uh.
Opposed? All right, motion carried. So now, with that in mind for 2026, then we'll go ahead and set our quarterly meeting dates, which are we going to stay with the second Wednesday, what it would be, April, July, October, in addition to this one?
Isn't it June? April, June, and October?
Well, you, April,
June.
March, it's January, March, then April, May, June, then you meet,
Okay, she's got June down here, so I, okay.
is that
We
right?
have to have it in June because of the budgets. So
We have to have it in
that-
June.
Yeah,
That's
that kind of throws it off.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That seems to have worked pretty well, so
Second
that way we don't have to.
Wednesday?
Second Wednesday.
Does that work with your schedule?
Yes,
Okay.
as far as I know, I'm, yeah, the second.
So
It's pretty hard to know right now
Yeah,
where you're
summer
going to be.
camps and stuff get.
If you have children, it's pretty hard to know where you're
sometimes.
going to be.
And I don't, I'm not sure when fall break is. It's usually the first week of October.
But I think a lot of, I know I do, and others have things on the first week of things. And my church meetings are on the first week, Wednesday in the month, so.
Yeah, that's all right.
We have a motion to do the second Wednesdays of, June, October, April, June, and October.
So that'd be April 8th, June 10th, October 14th. And then show up at 8.
Yeah, I know that earlier. Yeah.
Should work for me, I think.
April, yeah.
I'll motion for that.
We have a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, get the meeting date set. Then, now, the minutes of the meeting, we all had a chance to review the minutes. Do I see any additions or corrections? I did not.
I didn't see anything that needs to be corrected, so I'll make a motion that we accept them as they were sent out and printed.
We have a second.
I have a second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, minutes passed. All right, staff reports. Looks like, environmental, of course, your few things slowed down a little bit this quarter, didn't it, with the rain and the cold temps. And in the food service, not as busy with pools, thankfully, huh?
Yeah, Yeah, no.
When you have complaints, is that usually on a food establishment then?
It's usually somebody got sick. Usually somebody gets sick and then they'll get like an inspection and then if I find anything wrong, then they'll get a follow-up to make sure that they're correcting whatever the issues were.
And it looks like in nursing, you're in quite a few clinics this past fall.
Is everything going well for you as far as
Yeah,
getting started?
yeah, everything seems to be going pretty good.
So, and
Ashley's maternity leave starts fairly soon, doesn't it?
She had a baby on the 7th, last Wednesday.
Oh,
She had
okay.
him
So apparently
early.
it's already started.
Yeah, she had him early, she's having some blood pressure issues, so they went ahead and
Okay.
induced her, and she had him Wednesday. So, yeah, he's a week old.
Have I met you? What's your name?
My name's Alyssa Schwartzentruber.
Alyssa?
Alyssa, yeah.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, she's new since.
Okay.
that's true. We should introduce.
Okay.
And she started in October. And so thankfully, she's had a little time under her belt before she goes solo here for a
Yeah.
while. Because Ashley would probably be out for,
She's taken out the 12 weeks. so she-
yeah, basically 12 weeks. So you're gonna be solo for the, I was in earlier and she said she had worked out with EMS and everything to help her with some of the clinics and things. So they'd already planned ahead and got some help for those things. So that's wise planning. The, Mindy, anything that you wanted to point out about yours? You did put out an email about, we got, what was it? I'm going from memory, it was something like $1,400 from one
Yeah.
county opting out of the.
Yeah, it's 1,417.83. Yeah, the county opted out of taking that HFI funding, so however they do their percentage wise, they dispersed their amount between all the counties, so that was our share.
So we're in good shape with that.
Throw a party.
All right.
Yeah.
So now, under the old business, I would like to introduce Dr. Katrina Erickson as our new health officer. And I don't know if any of you all knew her before. I certainly didn't, but we got a chance to meet her. And we're excited about having her on board. And I think it's working out that you're awfully close. And also, we're just down the road, so.
Would you like to have an introduction of all the people in the
Oh,
room?
yeah.
So that
I think I've met everybody down there.
Richard Thomas, you probably haven't met him.
I've seen you somewhere before, but I'm not.
Yeah, I know.
sure.
I don't know where it is. I've seen her somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Yeah.
Richard's an
I'm
engineer.
I'm Richard Thomas. I'm a licensed civil engineer.
And I'm Eric Kleeman, I'm family physician in Till City, and I live outside of Chrisney, so.
I'm Andrew Foster. I'm the health board attorney. I have an office just across the street here in Rockport.
Jason Daming, I'm a nurse.
Nice to meet you guys.
Likewise.
We want to go through, I don't know if she's met everybody.
Yeah, I
Dr.
think
All have you,
I've met
okay.
everybody.
Great, that's great. And then congratulations to Eric getting reappointed to the health board.
Yeah, I saw that on the minutes here, I'm like, oh, good.
Can we back up to get a motion and a second on the staff reports?
Oh, thank you. Yes, do we have a motion to accept the staff report?
I have a motion on that.
Have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
And then also, there's something new on there, the health officer report. Before Dr. Coos had left, he suggested maybe having a section on there so that if there's anything that you needed to discuss with the board or as, during the meeting, that you would have the open floor to be able to present. So that's why that's on there. If you don't have to, if you don't have any changes, that's why that's on there.
So what do you got?
Nothing new that I know of.
Under other old business, the holding tank permit fees were approved by the commissioners that we discussed last meeting.
Primarily for that Grandview plant.
Pardon?
That primarily for that Grandview plant.
For the Sin Energy or co-op,
Yeah.
yeah, that plant? Wherever it is.
The fertilizer plant.
Yeah.
Fertilizer plant, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Superior Ag, that's the term I was trying to get.
Yeah.
Superior Ag.
Have you had a lot to do with inspections and so forth on that?
I make it a point to go out there once a week and do a walkthrough with Harrison Carter, who's running the job. And they started, finished up concrete while he was on Christmas break. I think they did it 35 days, 5,500 yards of concrete in 35 days. And then they're starting on the wood part of it, it's all wood structure from that point forward up above. They started on that, so.
Wasn't sure whether that was under your jurisdiction or whether the state did it and you just didn't have to, but,
On the holding tank stuff.
well, on,
The whole thing.
everything.
Yeah, I'm kind of involved in all of it, so,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's all stuff. I was gonna say, they have to heat that concrete or do they blanket it?
They
Both?
They blanketed it when it was in the cold spells we had.
I would say that's pretty good when it's cold and you gotta blanket it, because you gotta have, they probably had to use warm water too, so heat the water.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
there's a lot of in-floor heat in a lot of that area.
Oh, there is?
Yeah,
Oh, well then,
in the pits and stuff like that. It's not live right now, but I mean, for future and stuff.
oh, they still had, so they said blanket it.
Under production and stuff, for stuff to stay thawed out and stuff, things, so.
Okay, I just, it's an engineer's.
It's pretty intense project. I mean, there's a lot more out there than the eye meets. When you drive by and you see it, but there's a lot more to it, so.
Let's see, another was the update on the mobile unit, food code, information about that.
So I held 2 days worth of classes at the 4-H Center on the new food code. So, it really well. Restaurants didn't really participate much, but home-based vendors and the mobile food trucks did,
Okay.
so.
And the credit card is in use, I'm assuming,
Yeah, under lock and key. It's working.
no doubt. So we have the date set, under new business, we have the date set. We received, Andrew's letter for okay, that, do we have, I don't think Andrew will work as hard this past year as you have.
Yeah, kind of depends on whatever crisis happens one year and then there's nothing that happens the next, but the agreement's the exact same, I just changed dates, rates the same, language the same, so I'm definitely interested in another go-around.
Well, it's the intention of this committee not to work too hard on, let's keep everything else down. Okay. Do we have a motion to approve Andrew as our attorney
So
for
moved.
2026?
So moved.
Second?
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, guys.
Okay, let's see, what else do we have? So are they still looking for a health liaison in South Spencer, I'm assuming?
As far as I know, I haven't heard anything. I guess I need to, I'll email them again to remind them, so,
But that's basically up to them to,
yes, find them and.
We, from the beginning, we put that ball in the school system's court because if they're gonna work there, they need to have someone they can work with. Um, And something's changed with the burial transit permits.
Yeah, we used to be able to order them through IDOH, and they were the triplicate forms with the yellow and the pink and the white on the top, and we'd get the white in one for the funeral home and then one for the, burial, place of burial. They're doing away with that, I guess it's a cost thing. They took that front of the form, and it'll just be a single sheet of paper. The state's already sent that out to everybody because they've already exhausted all their supply of the triplicate forms. So now it's put back on us. It is editable, so I can go in and put Spencer County, and then we'll have to come up with our own numbering system to put on them. And we'll have to print them up by stacks because we do have to track them and the numbers on there and record who got how many. And it'll be up to me and Carol to do all that and track them and keep them, so.
But it's a standard statewide,
Yeah.
statewide template you're
Yeah,
using.
it's just gonna be single form instead of triplicate.
Yeah,
And the funeral home and other places, well, the cremation or place of burial, they'll be responsible for making their own copy, but the original should come back to us.
all right.
So this is a permit for a burial, is that what it is?
Yeah, there has to be, it has to travel with the body as proof.
Got it. So like
So
from
from-
funeral home to?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see, here's the HFI increase that we talked about, $1,400 that Mindy is earmarked for annual maintenance, so we know we're gonna spend that money anyway. And a bed and breakfast ordinance, have to inspect hot tubs and pools that are at someone's residence or used as a bed and breakfast.
So if they're at a bed and breakfast, then we'll have to inspect them because they're paying to stay there, just like a hotel.
Just include like a vacation rental by owner sort of thing?
So if it's like an Airbnb,
Mhm.
no.
Only if they serve food?
But if they serve food, then we're gonna get into some extra kitchen inspections, because that'd be an employee or the owner handling somebody else's food. I don't, right now, I don't have anybody that I know of in the county that is actually like an Airbnb that, or not an Airbnb, but a regular bed and breakfast that have hot tubs and pools.
And you're probably hoping it stays that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we would open one here.
So, and hopefully, like most of the places in the county, there's nobody cooking for people, so, you know, but we'll like have to update the ordinance to say that that will include inspections.
So why do you have to do it for like a bed and breakfast to do the pool, but not the Airbnb?
Well, most Airbnbs, what I've kind of talked to a couple of the Airbnb owners, they don't put in hot tubs and pools just because they find that the insurance cost skyrockets and they're in it to make quick
Money.
dollars.
Yeah.
And that entails a lot more maintenance.
Yeah, that would make sense, the liability would be.
Yeah, and I mean, we do have like Santa's cottages and stuff, and they do have them, but I mean, they're already being inspected like the hotels, so.
Yeah.
I guess if they did put one in though, you would have to inspect it regardless if it's a Airbnb or not, so.
Yeah,
So it really doesn't have to do with being an Airbnb, it has to do with if they have one.
or not.
Yeah.
yeah.
We have any other,
I have two things I'd like to share or ask. I've gotten the 2025 HFI annual report carryover and all that I have to do. I'll be working on this next week. We're allowed to carry over any funds that are left, you know, that just stays there. And the carryover, as far as I know, we're not planning on using any of that right now. At any time, I can go back in and pull up the carryover page and then, you know, ask for requests. But one thing I did do out of 2025 is I did request to encumber, I believe it was $2,130 for our Helmer agreement. We had discussed that back.
A what agreement?
Helmer for the vaccine units. It's a
That-
bright, big.
that's the company with the freezers.
Okay.
Yeah, this is with Scientific Refrigeration, and, I gave you that paperwork and we discussed that back 1 or 2 meetings ago. And this would be cheaper by doing this, and so I did ask, so that it wouldn't come out of this year's budget, because we got cut so drastically, I did ask to encumber that, and that's probably what I'll do, I'll just have to do an additional appropriation going forward. Because originally set in this amount, since we got so much money in 2025, it's like $20,000. So that should, you know, I can go back and ask for an additional in each year, 26, 27, 28, and then, you know, use that money up that way, instead of taking it out of the current 2026 budget. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Sometimes I talk and I don't know that I explain very well, but I know what's going on, but that's what I plan on doing.
You have a lot of different
So,
line items that
Yeah.
and that makes sense to carry it out of that.
yeah,
Because we don't know what the
Right.
next
Right.
month is gonna bring either.
right, exactly. So that's, you know, I just kind of want you to have a heads up on that. And then the other thing with this HFI, I had talked to Alyssa about this here. I didn't print off a copy of this, but part of, one of our 3 core areas that they are supposed to focus on, one of them is immunization. And then along with another core service, which is the maternal and child health, they do the safe sleep. So they've already started giving out incentives for parents that bring in their kids for the 2, 4, and 6 month shots, and we give out little things that they can use, like A&D ointment or a reusable changing pad, you know, things like that have been very well spent, money well spent into saving and not, you know,
Right.
per.
There's practical items that they
Yeah.
will use.
Yeah, and one thing that we were looking through stuff, because I've been working on our 2025 annual report too, to turn into IDOH, which is like the 2024 one that I just did, that we only had like December to do. So I'm trying to add more to it and make it better. But one of the things I ran across in researching, and I think this is from all the way up on the East Coast somewhere, but they had this, and I thought this would kind of go for both. This could be an incentive that we could give out, because it would be within the 3 to 6 month area. It'd be a little onesie. And then for the safe sleep, because the onesie they could give it out where they get the immunization or get the vaccination. Then second would be this side up that promotes a safe sleep. Tell them, you know, this side up. So I thought, well, that would kind of double do that. So I called, and Amazon, I can get 45 onesies, and that'll run us about $100. And then I called Barton Tees down on Green River Road. That was the one that somebody answered. And to screen print print, this side up on the 45 onesies, it'd be $2 each, so that's like $90 so for $200. I could get 45 onesies done, and I didn't know if you guys would think that that would be okay to do. It's something that I think with the amount of infants in that age range would probably last us, I would say, a good couple to maybe 2 to 3 years, maybe. I don't, you know, that may be pushing a little bit beyond, but, you know, just something.
Promotion.
Yeah, it's a
It
promotional
was something that
thing.
was near and dear to
Yeah.
the state's heart, as well as a
Yeah.
emphasis, correct? on the
Yeah.
contract.
Yeah, and part of the push behind that is because since I'm having to do this annual report's been put back on the health departments to come up with instead of going in and doing it through the red cap. You know, we are small, we don't have all the benefits that being in a larger inner city has or anything like that. And, you know, we all, I think everybody in there does a good job, and we want to promote and represent the health department well. So it's kind of hard to come up with things when we don't have all the resources or the people for that. So, you know, I'm seeing what all these larger ones do. And of course, you know, it's kind of comparing apples to bananas in a way, but it's kind of like, wow, you know, it would be nice to just kind of like help raise us up some in some of this stuff. I'm trying to do it as, not to say the cheap as possible, but, you know, as,
So,
So that,
for $45, I mean, you can get 45 of those onesies with the screen printing on them for $200.
yeah, for roughly right at $200.
That's pretty inexpensive, really.
and that would qualify for, what I wanna say, for,
Health education or promotion.
yeah,
Yeah.
that fund, I
Yeah,
guess that's what I'm
yes,
saying.
yes, we can do that with HFI, that funding, as long as you can attach it to a core service and it.
That's what I meant, that will meet a core service.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, and with all of the anti-vaccine stuff that's here every day, this might help encourage some young parents to,
Yeah.
okay, I'll do it,
Mhm.
before we end up with a terrible measles epidemic. Or whatever.
Yeah. Well, could I need a motion to approve that request to use that money? And we have the money in the budget.
Yeah, that's, I've got $1,000 budgeted in there, so there would be 800, roughly 800. I don't know if there'd be some tax or cents on that, but I mean, there
Yeah.
would roughly be $800 left in there for the rest of the year, so that'd be.
I'll make a motion that you proceed with that purchase and implement the program.
We have a second.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Uh,
Opposed? I think that's a good project. We have anything, other business to? Well, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I will motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. I don't think we have opposed. All right. Thank you very much. All right, 30 minutes. We start this-
I'll say, are you guys trying to impress the new health officers? You don't know